CA. In Search for the Sacred Council and Directory. Your personal lifestyle and awareness coaching team. Presented by Mariah Morrow, the Messenger of Love. Representing the guiding force of the universal and spiritual teacher. The architect of the sacred archives and principal of the university. The Sacred Council. You have made it to the magical University of Life at the Sacred Archives. Now imagine looking for an ancient amphitheater in which you can find the 32 faculty members of the university, each having a special kind of information that will assist you in your life adventure. The Sacred Council is a compilation of 32 guiding forces, representing the guidance of the Creator, universe, and nature. In order to make the information light and fun, these laws and guiding forces are represented by magical and mystical-looking characters. They are your personal lifestyle and awareness coaching team to conscious living, and they touch on every aspect of your life. They assist you to live with a different perspective and bring you practical tools for change. After a short introduction explaining their purpose, each of these guiding forces touch on the following aspects of life. Dealing with your soul, mind, body, communication, nutrition, fitness, partner, children, teenage years, getting older, stress, weight, disease, emotions, business, destructive habits, preserving the planet, studying, and friendships. They all reside in their individual realms in the universe, but they are as well the faculty members of the Magical University of Life at the Sacred Archives, a special study center that holds all the treasures of ancient wisdom. The team is divided in 3 groups. The first group of 8 guides is called the Key Masters of Light. The second group of 7 guides is called the Keepers of the 7 Dimensions. And the third group of guides being the 17 Divanas, called the Guardians of Conduct, which are also called the balancing forces of universe and nature, and of course, your personal guide. Quote, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." Alvin Toffler. End of quote. The 8 Keepers of Light and the 7 Keepers of the 7 Dimensions. In picture. In picture, the 17 Keepers of Conduct. The Sacred Council at the ancient amphitheater. The 32 guiding forces of Creator, universe, and nature. Following the line of increasing awareness that took place through the book The Secret that revealed the law of attraction, discover now the other 31 laws of the universe, or better said, guiding forces of Creator, universe, and nature. You are all looking for change, struggling in so many aspects of your life. You may have an advisor, a healthcare practitioner, a nutritionist, personal trainer, or even a lifestyle coach, but you do not have access to them all day long. So, tune into your team of lifestyle and awareness coaches, being these guiding forces, always ready to assist you in every moment and in any circumstance. Step into an imaginary world and pretend to go back to school, the Magical University of Life, in which you will learn from its faculty members, the Sacred Council. You are like visitors in a foreign country without knowing the laws and how everything functions in that world. You know a lot about the things of the modern world, but know little about the basics of life. Sometimes you will discover that information overlaps, because all these laws are so closely related and interrelated, but most important is that you can assist yourself with the guidance of these forces in every detail of your daily life, and have a mirror at hand to reflect in order not to fall into ignorance or have any excuse. You also have to keep in mind, even with all this guidance, that your external life may not change, but you definitely will have a different point of reference and different point of view, and are able to deal differently with all you need to face. In addition, it will assist you on the path to higher consciousness in a very practical way, and hopefully you will less interfere with life and make it easier for the soul residing within you, which is seeking freedom from all the me and mine, your worldly attachments and negative passions, which is the result of your mind being under the command of your sense organs. Stay aware, however, that all that is said or written is merely an opinion, a truth, and not the truth, because the spoken and written word is part of the created world, created in opposite, constantly changing and bound to time, based on concepts and descriptions, and there is always more that can be said or written about any subject. Regarding these guiding forces, talking about any subject, know that this understanding applies to their information as well. The information shared from their particular point of view is still a part of the world of body, mind and matter, an impermanent world or an illusion, so to speak, but hopefully it contributes to your life and assists you to experience life in a more vital, awake and aware way. By hearing or reading this information, you will come to the conclusion that you know this already, and you do, because this is part of your universal and spiritual inheritance. And often we just need one word or a sentence that inspires and motivates us to do things differently or look at a certain subject with different eyes. In other words, you don't need to study it all and you don't need to learn it all by heart because you know it already. You just need to be reminded. Quote, "There are obvious two educations. One should teach us how to make a living and the other how to live." James Truslove Adams. End of quote. Whenever you have little time to spare, listen and read about any of the 32 guiding forces at random or at your own pace and become more familiar with the information they reveal. Each guiding force is divided in 3 parts: the introduction and explanation of the guiding force. The second, see how this guiding force reflects in all aspects of your life. Third, the summary. When you just want to hear and listen regarding one specific aspect of daily living, such as communication, nutrition, fitness, parenting, relationships, etc., listen and read from playlist I, named The Guiding Living Encyclopedia at the Guiding Living Library. Quote, "A mood of universal destruction and renewal has set its mark on our age. This mood makes itself felt everywhere, politically, socially, and philosophically. We are living in what the Greeks called the kairos, the right moment for a metamorphosis of the gods, of the fundamental principles and symbols. This peculiarity of our time, which is certainly not of our conscious choosing, is the expression of the unconscious human within us who is changing. Coming generations will have to take account of this momentous transformation if humanity is not to destroy itself through the might of its own technology and science. So much is at stake and so much depends on the psychological constitution of the modern human." Carl Gustav Jung. End of quote. Index and directory of the 32 guiding forces. CA was in search of the Sacred Council and directory. CB, the preview and the intro of the Sacred Council. CC, be wise and reprioritize. CD1, Kandu, the guiding force of the Creator. CD2, Mariah Morrow, the guiding force of the universal and spiritual teacher. CD3, Kalima Banko, the guiding force of the power of the mind. CD4, Direnex, the guiding force of the true disciple. CD5, Janai Summer, the guiding force of your inner hero. CD6, Niyama, the guiding force of nature and maturity. CD7, Jim Jara, the guiding force of fantasy and magic. CD8, Toro, the decoder, the guiding force of translating messages. CD9, Ertos, the guiding force of the energy of solids and earth. CD10, Wathiru, the guiding force of the energy of liquids and water. CD11, Firatos, the guiding force of the energy of heat and fire. CD12, Eratu, the guiding force of the energy of gases and air. CD13, Talcon, the guiding force of audible sounds and verbal communication. CD14, Star Maze, the guiding force of the conditioned mind, associations, and non-audible communication. CD15, Spheron, the guiding force of the universal mind, higher virtues, and soul communication. CD16, Yin-Yang, the guiding force of duality. CD17, Clock, the guiding force of time. CD18, a butterfly, the guiding force of change. CD19, Cycles, the guiding force of cycles. CD20, a scale, the guiding force of balance. CD21, Base, the guiding force of necessities. CD22, Puzzler, the guiding force of wholeness. CD23, Mesh, the guiding force of comprehension. CD24, Ideal, the guiding force of improvement and perfection. CD25, Chain, the guiding force of order, place, and function. CD26, Destiny, the guiding force of cause and effect. CD27, Ice Flame, the guiding force of contraction and expansion. CD28, Parrot, the guiding force of repetition. CD29, Mirror, the guiding force of reflection. CD30, Beat, the guiding force of vibration and attraction. CD31, Careheart, the guiding force of service. CD32, DNA, the guiding force of individuality. CD33, Imagine, your personal created guide.